Here we presents the top 5 best external hard drive for Mac. Starting of our listed number 5. Patriot TVLVR Intel Thunderbolt 3. The Patriot TVLVR is another in a long line of very promising portable SSDs. Now, if it delivers or not, well, that's what we are going to find out. To get a bit technical, but the interface is built on for peak PC Gen 3 performance, so it actually might be up to the standards we are hoping for. First off, just like the rest of the bunch, Patriot decided to split EVLVR into 3 main groups, based on storage: 256GB, 512GB and 1TB, with quite a bit of price difference between them. If I had to choose though, I would probably get with the 1TB, just because it might a bit useful than the rest. Now, in terms of speeds that data transfer, it's all done through the Thunderbolt 3 cable and interface, of which unfortunately it has only one. Still, that's not uncommon in portable SSD, and it was to be expected. This also means that it is bus powered, so take in consideration as well. As for the speeds, since the Patriot TVLVR uses both Thunderbolt 3 and C technology, it can reach transfer speeds up to 1.6 GB for read and 1 GB for write, which up until now seems like a standard for this kind of products. So here's something new. It looks like the Patriot TVLVR decided to up the game and do an endurance test, which is kind of new. It seems like it was done only for the 512GB version, but that is okay. For more information and price, check out the product links and description underneath the video. Coming in at number 4 of our list, MyDigitalSSD Pocket Vault Express. That title really is a mouthful, we know. The great people at MyDigitalSSD bring us a wallet-friendly SSD that combines the Thunderbolt 3 tech with C3.0x TuneVMe SSD. For such a small device, it actually has great read and write speeds, the data transfer ranging up to 40 Gbps, and it's bus powered. So, again, it powers on only when you connect to a computer, for example, as it doesn't have its own power source. This is both a blessing and a curse, as we pointed out in a previous device on this list. While the maximum speed mentioned there is hypothetical, it has been tested out, and the surest type of readings and writings are of 1.6 GB for the first and 1 GB for the latter. Which is quite impressive. It sets quite an example worthy to be followed. Now, on the market, you can find in 3 types of capacities, that obviously vary in price, depending on their storage capacity. Aspect-wise, the Pocket Vault Express is encased in an aluminum case. It isn't that big, with a length of 10.2 centimeters, and at 88 grams you could even say that it's as light a feather. It has a sleek design, which even the makers themselves have said that fits in the palm of your hand. Basically, easy to carry and to use. Halfway of our listed number 3, LaCie Rugged Thunderbolt USB-C 5TB. From a long line of rugged drives, here we have another one, the LaCie Rugged Thunderbolt USB-C Portable Hard Drive. While it doesn't fit exactly in your palm, it's quite manageable, easy to pick, easy to use, and even easier to admire the goal they had when chose orange for their casing. I don't know why, but it kind of reminds of sponge. The most important fact though is does it absorbs your data just as quickly like a sponge. My previous comments about the case don't provide the entire context of its design. While the color is an interesting choice, the enclosure is made in a way that it can withstand all kinds of accidents and misfortunes that may come down on the owner. It's drop resistant, water resistant, apparently crush proof, which is perfect if you work in an oil refinery at sea. It's just the most magical place that you can choose to take a LaCie Rugged with you. Outside appearances are great and all, but about what's on the inside? How does that work? Does it even work? Number 2 of this list. G Technology 16TB G-RAID. Moving from a sleek design but mediocre abilities to a bulky drive with exceptional results. What this means is that the G Technology G-RAID is an exceptional storage unit if you need everything done fast and you want to be able to keep it all in one place. Unlike our previous entry, the G-RAID has an HDMI interface to boot, besides USB and Thunderbolt 3. And from the looks of it, it seems like it was made specifically for people working in the editing industry. If you want to, you can search this bad boy out and buy it with the following capacities: 8 TB, 12 TB, 16 TB, and 20 TB. From what it looks like, you could fit an entire library worth of movies, songs, and other files, and you still would have space for some other things. In regards to other specifications, the G-RAID is actually comprised of a dual enterprise class 7200 revolutions per minute hard drive, which explains both space and design. Additionally, it has a small incorporated as not to overheat the unit or any other accidents. It's a small one, 40mm, but unfortunately that also brings up some problems with it. Noise. You can't exactly do anything about, as the fan doesn't have some control options, so it is a bit louder than you want a drive to be. And coming in at number 1 of our list, Buffalo MiniStation Thunderbolt. These nifty devices come in 2 flavors of capacities, vanilla 500GB and double vanilla with sprinkles on top of 1TB, and it all comes down to price and usage. The Buffalo has also another double attribute, as it has both a Thunderbolt and USB interface, and it allows the user more flexibility for its usage. This way you are not stuck with connecting it to just one type of device. Unfortunately, this also means that it had to cut the number of ports for each one. For example, it only has 1 Thunderbolt port and 1 USB. So if either of that malfunction or fry, it's done. It's a marathon on that interface. From that, we can also move on to another cursed blessing in disguise, which is that it doesn't have any separate power adapter, just a bus-powered function. For those unfamiliar with those terms, it means that it can only turn on when it's connected to a different device through a USB cable. Bus-powered also works with Thunderbolt, but it's a bit slower than the other option. So keep that in mind. With Thunderbolt it can reach up to 10 Gbps and the USB goes as most to 5 Gbps, but it all comes down to flexibility as well. For more information and price, check out the product links and description underneath the video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel, share this video and hit the like button.